Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next Steven Universe episode review. This one's going to be for Season 4, Episode 20, Room for Ruby. And yeah, this was actually a really good episode. After a few less than great episodes, it's nice to see the kind of show return to, I think, the quality that we expect of it at this stage. And even though I don't think it was like completely plot focused, it at the very least has the potential to be the kind of start of the events that lead to the plot properly coming into play. In that Navy stealing the Ruby ship at the end obviously gives her the opportunity now to pick up the other rubies and obviously inform the other diamonds about what's happened and what's going on, and properly like come to Earth now, especially given what happened with their kind of interactions with some of the other diamonds and so on in the kind of previous, the mid-season like 5-episode arc. So yeah, the other side of this, beyond just like the general plot importance of at the end revealing that she's actually not a nice character and is actually somewhat of a sociopath in a way, and just kind of acts like that and is able to do that. Beyond that, I like that the episode was just this kind of fun exploration of like how trusting the crystal gem Steven should be, and then having Lapis also play a very important role in the episode in terms of her being the one to in any way doubt Navy. Because just like, I know all too well, like me more than any character, Lapis is just like, it's difficult to just adapt to suddenly living on Earth. You can't just come here and just say you love everything, it's all fine. And because of that, because she struggled with it so much, she knows that even though maybe like Peridot adapted to it a little bit easier than her, someone adapting this quickly, there's something up here. And it kind of pointed out the fact that Steven at times is way too trusting. And kind of, it pointed out that everyone's a little bit too easy to manipulate if they're just nice to them. And that was I think that was an important thing to point out, because one criticism of this show would be just perhaps that the characters are just, they're kind of too nice. Everything is at times like emphasizing too much like, hey, fun, happy times. This was actually nice to see that the characters were just completely manipulated, using the fact that someone who's nice can just like get advantage over them. That was it was a nice kind of character twist, in that this Navy was, I think, within the Rubies, one of the like least standout ones of the group, because she was just a nice one. And so it was interesting to see that no, actually she's like the emotional manipulator. She uses the fact that she comes across really nice to get people to trust her, and they could just turn it around at the second and prove how like capable, manipulating, and kind of cruel she is in a way at the end. Some of the little lines she had when she did reveal it was just like, this, like, the only problem is that you're still holding on, and I was just waiting to see the look on your face when when I tricked you. It was just a really nice sudden twist of just the villain reveal in a way. So that was definitely nice to see. Yeah, just, Lapis obviously getting the character focus here, and in the end, like, instead of pursuing the ship to try and get it back, she's just like, yes, I was right in this situation. I was not wrong with thinking that, oh, someone can be this overly nice, can just adapt this easily. No, I was proven right in that she was just manipulating us. She wasn't trying to adapt to Earth. She was just agreeing with everything we said, basically. And she's kind of happy that it shows that there's nothing wrong with Lapis for taking so long to adapt to Earth and still having problems with some things and kind of questioning things. There's nothing wrong with that. And she was just happy to be proven right. I thought it was actually a pretty good exploration of her character, in that she is very kind of skeptical about things initially and kind of like, I don't know about this. She was the one questioning bringing Ruby on board the most. And once they tried to convince her, she was getting a little bit happy, and then at the end you see kind of true happiness from her when she realizes that, okay, there was no problem with me, it was all on her. But yeah, other than that, it was just a fun episode, getting to see Peridot and Lapis again, and given that they're kind of like they're still in, I think, a weird position with those two, in that like they're living in or around, Steven and the other gems, but they're separate to them, and so they sort of feel like part of the team, but they also don't feel like fully part of the team. In that, I think like a lot of people are saying, like, are these characters gonna get stars at any point, like, or are they just here to live here, or what? Because when something happens, they usually end up getting involved to a degree, the whole new crystal gems and so on. So why not just kind of give everyone their stars and kind of make them a full-on bigger team, but they just happen to live aside? We're just waiting for that moment where they just kind of fully commit to everyone being part of the team. So I think that's something that probably they should do at some point. Garnet was fun in the episode. The cute little moment at the start of just like Steven asks Garnet to wish on the star for something, and then Garnet's just like, I wished on another star so you could get a wish. And it was just like, the loveliest thing ever said by anyone. It was just, it was a fun little moment there. And then at the end she comes in and has the two balloons, just like, one for success, bringing Ruby on board, one for failure, and it turned out to be the failure, but she's just like, it was worth a shot. But definitely, I think the big thing coming out of this episode is the fact that the rubies are now not just orbiting Earth. The rubies are now kind of free to kind of, obviously report back to the diamonds and make it clear that, this is where the crystal gems are, rebels on Earth. And given what just happened with the escape from the colony with the diamonds and stuff like that, there needs to be a kind of reaction to that on the kind of villain side of things, and hopefully this will properly mark something big within the series, like the invasion of Earth, and it will make the series a bit more plot focused, more heavily. But next episode 21 is called Line 4 Alternate Ending. So it's a line episode, one of the the numbered line episodes. So that's instantly makes it notable in the sense of like they're always pretty good episodes. Alternate ending. What does that necessarily mean? In regards to, I think the last one was like straight to video, and it was like Steven seeing a video from Rose or something like that. So alternate ending, like, is there an extra bit of the tape that wasn't seen? Is there another kind of secret video that reveals something more important about Rose? Or is it line maybe somehow revealing, maybe this will be episode where they properly commit to explaining like what line is, and going in depth in terms of that. Like Line ends up revealing somehow through one of his powers to Steven and maybe the other characters something about Rose or whatever. I think it has to be one of those important episodes in that I would assume they would have to devote at least the last 4 to 3 episodes of the season to something like the Diamond Invasion of Earth or the Rubies and the aftermath of them getting the ship back. So I'm definitely excited. I think, we'll probably, the next episode maybe won't address the plot all that much, but I think it'll deal with the more heavy character stuff, perhaps with Steven, Rose, Line, that sort of thing. And then we'll come back 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 with the big stuff that we're waiting for. That's at least my hope. But this was definitely more on track with what I want from the series. This was a very fun episode, in that they didn't feel the need to make Steven the hugest part of the episode. They kind of just let it be Navy and Lapis and a little interaction with Peridot and Steven. And that was all they needed in the episode. And I appreciated that, because I think too often the problem with the show is that they just have it be, let's focus on Steven and him doing something nice for one of the Beach City residents that we don't care about a massive amount, and it doesn't make the episode all that fun. So yeah, this was much more in line with what I want from the series, and I will definitely praise the series when it does something like this. So yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the season. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts were on the episode, as well as where you think the next episode is going and when they'll finally properly bring the plot into play. But yeah, other than that, that has been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.